Dominance or subservience, design or usability, affordable or exorbitant. The latest iPhone from Apple is one of the best deals on the market you can get hands on today. The powerful A13 Bionic SOC with the design loved when first introduced in 2016. What makes this device so appealing to the masses, and why Apple chose to shake the mid-range market when the prices for the other smartphones are already skyrocketing? For all the answers, let us talk. I'll be sharing my experience with the device, followed by my stance on its existence. Well folks, let us talk about the design. iPhone SE is quite a looker by 2020 standards. It is a glass sandwich design combined with Series 7000 aluminum constructed frame. They have literally used the same clamshell of its older iPhone 8 while retaining the positives like IP67 dust and water resistance, NFC, stereo speakers and fast charging. Still, the Achilles heel has to be those bezels. I mean, look at them. I understand Apple didn't want to rise up the price by additionally investing into R&D since it refreshes the lineup once in a while, but seeing the trends and how important design has become today in choosing your new smartphone, they should have. Then a beloved headphone jack is missing courtesy of this design selection, but you do get the lightning port headset in the retail box, so thumbs up for that. The quality of the haptic engine Apple has used is one of those used in high-end smartphones, and it provides great experience, giving you the ability to differentiate subtle and strong vibrations. You get the return of the Touch ID, which is insanely fast and convenient to use, and according to me is a bit more practical in terms of security, considering the marks and busy faces these days. Next, let's talk about display. The display is same outdated Retina IPS LCD screen with a resolution of 750 by 1334, resulting in a pixel density of 326 pixels per inch. It is a screen which is not praiseworthy, but is not bad either. Excellent contrast, color and brightness for an LCD. The display supports white color gamut and True Tone technology, which changes the display tone based on the ambience lighting, eliminating strain. By no means binge watchers will enjoy shows on this tiny screen and stream rich HDR content, but one interesting thing to note here is the absence of 3D touch layer from the previous generation. It has been replaced by Taptic engine, which provides the similar functionality and also saving battery. Next up is performance. What do you expect from a flagship chipset which is at the heart of the 11 series? A13 Bionic comes with hexa-core CPU, 2 higher clock cores at 2.67 GHz and 4 lower clock cores at 1.8 GHz. The result is sheer dominance, unmatched performance, fast rendering and gaming capabilities. The chipset has shown no signs of hiccups and sometimes I feel is an overkill for this kind of device. The operating system in itself is very well optimized, and with the combination of this SoC provides you with a fluid experience throughout the UI and handles every task you throw at it with such finesse that you don't expect from a $399 smartphone. Now let's talk about my favorite part, cameras. I was a bit skeptical how would the camera perform considering it bears the same 12 megapixels f1.8 sensor from the iPhone 8, but I was blown out of water when I used it. This monster borrows the same software and signal processing from its elder cousins at almost half the price. Yes, you heard it right, the outdoor pictures come out with great dynamic range, contrast and superb detail. It makes me ponder how good this sensor can output such great images on an ancient hardware. In indoors, it is mediocre at best, and there is no dedicated night mode to deliver night shots. The front camera is a 7 megapixel sensor with f2.2 lens, which is decent enough to capture images in broad daylight and avoid it in indoors. iPhone has always been a gold standard and a great gear for studio quality videos, which is testament to its popularity. SE gives you the option to record 4K and Full HD videos at 60 and 30 frames per second through the rear camera. Rear camera uses OIS plus EIS to provide really detailed and stable footage. The front is limited to Full HD videos, again with stable and good detail only in daylight. Portraits are possible on both the cameras, but unfortunately works only on human subjects. I wish Apple could have been more lenient to make it work on other subjects like pets, providing something similar which even Pixel 4a is capable of doing. So finally, let's talk about the battery life. I've seen users complaining regarding the battery and bashing as if it sucks big time on this. But in my case, the battery has been a mixed bag. Let me explain why. On my lighter days of usage, I used to charge my phone in the morning to 100% and end the day with 20% battery still left, with a screen on time of almost 6 hours. It included 2 hours of calling, sending WhatsApp messages, browsing through Twitter, Chrome, Instagram posts, and taking some casual photos. On my heavier days of usage, watching Netflix, YouTube, battery drain was high, but playing games like PUBG resulted in charging the device twice. So if you're planning to play games on this device, you are allowed to skip the device. But if you are someone who wants a phone for casual use, or your first phone, or looking for your first iPhone with a long-term software support of almost 5 years, the SE is the right choice for you. So we've finally come to this. Why iPhone SE in 2020? If you guys have been closely following the launch of iOS 14, it came out as a blow to all the purists who believed how close the Apple ecosystem was. Apple introduced features and made this iteration of iOS more open. Privacy has always been a loose end for each and every Android user. Huge data collection by the unwanted apps in the background without your consent, without your permission, is a known thing among the Chinese OEMs. Apple has been able to finally put this to rest with this iOS 14 version. People who love Android but always wanted a secure platform could think of making a switch to iOS this year, considering they'll be getting a much secure platform where their data would be kept safe and privacy will be intact. Honestly, I think Apple has been planning to do this from a very long time. And what better to shake up the mid-range market when the adoption has become really slow and the parts have become very expensive for other smartphones, courtesy of Qualcomm. With a shift this year for mid-rangers starting at $450, Apple dropped a bombshell with the price hard to resist. The target market for the device was never the youth or Generation Z, but the loyal SE fans who have been genuinely waiting for an upgrade, and our mom and dad who wouldn't tinker much with the device and who would want a device that just works without being too complex and edge-cutting. But judging the need of the hour and the gap left in the mid-range market by the competition, Apple seized this opportunity to pursue and create something extraordinary in an ordinary package. Classic Apple stuff, isn't it? They embodied the best of their current generation phones in a shell of yesteryear, providing IP67 and wireless charging that even the competition cannot offer under the price segment of $399. Despite everyone's dismay, the formula worked. Apple has seen rise in shipments in the US market and other developing markets. The model has helped Apple to put really good figures in the current pandemic hit fiasco. Apple has been able to sweep the mid-range market share, which it never intended to enter, posing a threat to the other Android manufacturers. My fellow Android users need not to worry or feel disheartened, because this will put pressure on the other Android manufacturers to launch competitive devices at competitive prices. Till that time, it earns my recommendation over any Android phone. I understand the price is a bit on a higher side in Asian countries and in India as well, but you'll be able to easily purchase it under $35,000, considering it has already been selling under $35,000 from the last 2 consecutive sales. At $35,000, it is the best entry-level phone if you love Apple ecosystem and its services, or you want to own your first iPhone. If you heard anything useful in the video, consider liking and sharing the video. If you loved it, subscribe to my channel for more tech related reviews, news, modding and tips and tricks. Also, I could make videos on modding, flashing ROMs, since I have a small history at XD developers. So let me know in the comment section below what kind of videos you guys want me to make. So that's it guys, my name is Mohit. I'll see you in my next video. Signing off.